Okay, may you please give your name for the recording, your event, and your placement, please.
Athing women's 800, first place.
Okay, can you just walk me through the race today on what happened?
Yeah, I think we went around out about like 57. Going out, I kind of got a little tripped up going at breaking in towards the first 200. So I mean, I just had to keep my composure and just get back into the race. I think Chanel was leading the first quarter or so, and then just going out the next quarter slash next 200. I wanted to like get my place and start moving because I knew it'd be a fast race. And if we were all bunched up, is basically giving anyone the win. So then the last 200, I just kind of wanted to go, and the last one, I just give it all I had and go to the finish line.
How does it feel to break a 25-year-old meet record?
Oh, wow. Awesome. Honestly, I wanted to break some record just because, PRing was already great, but being able to do that, 25 years is a really long time. It's a really long time. It feels awesome. I mean, I knew it was within me, but I mean, it's just great to have my name written down next to it for the next U.S. trials to come.
I have a question from Allison Wade. Can you talk about what happened the first 200 meters and what went through your mind? Did that change your race plan at all?
The first 200, I mean, I wanted to get out for sure because I knew everybody would get out. I didn't want to get the rail first because I didn't want to end up getting boxed in. So I just gradually worked my way over to, I guess, lane one. And I don't know, I guess I can't really see who's behind me, but someone came a little close and ended up tripping me up. I lost my balance a little bit, almost fell. But I was like, that sucks. And I ended up almost getting boxed in. So I just wanted to, get my composure back and just get back into the race and stay on the outside of whoever was running, get my position back so I can continue racing.
Tyler Talkman from the Oregonian asks, who first introduced you to running and why do you love it?
I would say my brother, maybe my eldest brother or one of my older brothers. They all ran track and field in high school and middle school. So when I was younger, I would just go out to the track with them. And I mean, it kind of just fell into place. Like, I just went out with my family, just did a track just for fun. And I just ended up, it ended up being my thing. But I don't think I actually fell in love with the sport until like middle school. I'm sorry, not middle school, high school. Kind of like maybe my sophomore year when I was actually doing great things. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm pretty good at this. And, I'm actually enjoying it.
I have a question from Jack Crowell. Why do you think you're so dominant at the 800 specifically? What about the event makes it right for you?
I wouldn't even call myself dominant yet because I feel like this is my first year actually coming out here and doing my thing, like running the way that I can run, running to all my potential, or at least a good amount of my potential. So I wouldn't even want to say I'm dominant at it yet, but just being better at it, I think a lot of my confidence definitely has takes a lot of contribution of it because, a year or two ago when I was running at USA's in 2019, for example, I wasn't super confident. Like I knew I was good enough to compete, but I didn't know, I didn't put myself in the mindset of me being good enough to like win or good enough to make a team. I was just out there competing as a high schooler. So I think just having confidence or gaining confidence this past year definitely has contributed to my dominance thus far in the 800, knowing that I have the capabilities of doing it, knowing I have the speed, the strength, and the training, and just I don't know, being good at it, just knowing that it's my event or it's my, any race I get into, I'm going to do well.
This is your first Olympic trials. What were your expectations coming into it?
For some reason, I didn't really treat it like an Olympic trials. I treat it more like a USA's, but my expectations was definitely to win. I wrote it down on a sticky note to be the national champion in the 800 meters, and I did it. I believe in myself and I believe I can do these things as long as I try my best and just run how I've usually been running this whole entire season. So that was my goal, to come out here and win and then also make the team.
I have a question, a DM from Eric Bull from Diestat. Athing, can you please share how you felt during that stretch from 500 to 700 meters in the race? when you were really able to demonstrate your changes in gears? And how encouraging was it that you were able to open that kind of a gap against such a strong group of competitors?
Yeah. 500. So that's 300 to 100. Yeah, I mean, going into the second lap, we went out 57. That's exactly kind of what I wanted to go out. Just because I felt like that'd be a really comfortable pace. So from there, I just wanted to get around, or at least start making my move and start moving in the race. And then the next 100, that backstretch, just keep going, keep my composure, but not going too much. And I think the last 200 is where I really, start to gear up and move my legs more and more and more. And then towards the last 100, just give it literally all I had and just run all the way through the line in case there was anyone nearby.
I have another question from Tyler Tackman from the Oregonian. How difficult was the transition for your family moving from Sudan to the United States? How has that motivated you throughout your career?
I mean, I wasn't born then, so I'm not really entirely sure, but I'm sure it was a sorry, pretty big challenge. I mean, from anyone who's moving from one country to another, it's a lot of work. You're moving into a new environment, um, new language, new everything that you really have to get into. So, I mean, pretty sure it was really hard, but and then just being able to adjust and get through it definitely was a lot of work. But they got through it, and then here we are.
I have a question from Eric Bull from Diestat. With the race being pushed back tonight, what was the atmosphere like being able to race under the lights at the stadium? And do you feel like that created different energy or enjoyment for you in comparison to racing earlier in the trials or at the NCAA championships?
Uh, Not really. I was ready to run at 4 o'clock, so I mean, having the delay definitely helped me a little bit. I feel like I was more relaxed going into running at 9 o'clock rather than running at 4 o'clock, just because I was up and ready, and then having the delay definitely just like let me take a moment to myself and just ease my mind and just relax and just actually be in the moment. So I mean, it felt better. Racing under the lights is always cool, but it's so bright. It feels like it's any other time in the day. It doesn't feel like it's 9 o'clock. So I mean, it's kind of the same to me.
I have another question from Tyler Tackman from the Oregonian. What do you attribute to being so calm and collected? Is there anything you do to work on that mentality?
I would say maybe being patient and knowing that I've done this before and having the confidence of having done this before, because I guess going into races like these where you're running with fast people, everyone's fast. This race is anyone's. I don't know. You're not. Sometimes races, you could think that a race is going to go one way, but it ends up not going that way. So you have to just be prepared for everything. I mean, I was definitely prepared for everything, but during the race, you can't really. If one thing happens, you can't really just, oh my god, go get completely blinded by everything and just fall off the race just because of one little thing. So just keeping your composure and just, I don't know, mentally staying in the race and knowing that just because one thing happens, it's not over, and being patient. Yeah, it's 800 meters. It's not 200 meters. So you have time to adjust and get to the line or just complete whatever you have to do.
Oh, wait, just give me one moment. I have a question from Ashley Coleman from Focus Media News. During the NCAA championships, we spoke about the Olympic 400-meter relay team, and you mentioned Allison Felix and you wanting to be on that relay. Did Allison Felix give you any advice going into your first meet as a professional athlete?
No, no, she didn't. I mean, wishing me luck as usual. We haven't really been talking like that yet. I just signed with West, so it hasn't really been. I haven't really gotten that much experience yet with her, but we definitely are in contact, and I'm sure that with the meets to come and the years of me running to come, I'm sure I'll get more advice and encouragement from her.
So it looks like that's all the time we have. Thank
Okay,
you. I think so much. We need you recovering everything.
sounds good.
Yeah.